Hi and welcome all to my Powergrid version 2. I hope that you all had a little look at version 1 and found it useful, and you're now here to see what version 2 will bring. My basic thought process for this version is it's all nice and well having obviously battery power and your backup for the battery for nighttime cycles, but it can be a bit of an annoyance to constantly go and have a look to see what your battery's staying. Now, if like me, you like to have your batteries in a room hidden away, sometimes in the centre of your base, which could be a bit of a consuming task to actually get somewhere to double check on things. You can have a control centre with just a couple of LED screens that show you everything that you require, rather than going up to, say, said solid fuel generator to see how much coal's sitting there, which in this case is 34. So what I'm going to do is set up so that there's an LED screen for battery usage, battery charge, and the ore count, and then a warning light for when your solid fuel generator is empty. So I will get to it. So first off, we need not processors, we need IOs, and we need one logic reader, and then one logic writer. Drop the spare away, and we'll bring out the trusty old screwdriver. So for our usage, we will require our device being the station battery, and for that we will need the power actual, which is one of the last. There we go. So now that's on, we'll switch it on. So for our logic writer, we will require our logic reader, which before I go and do anything, I will give it a name. So what we want is a logic reader, and a battery usage. Confirm, and I'll give this one almost identical, but just change it to logic writer. Confirm. Switch it off, and we will put away. So we are switched through. We're using our trusty screwdriver to our logic writer battery usage. We will then need our LED, not charge or ore count, on the warning light, with battery usage, and with that we want the setting. Alright, okay, LED battery usage, and we want the setting, and we switch on, and once we switch on our lovely little screen, it should show 140. Now, for quick and simpleness, the only thing I have to show you is this warning light. So as soon as I switch this on, that screen should change up to probably 190, because I think these are 50 watts. There you go, and off. So quick and simple. We now have one screen showing our network that's all across here, showing the power that it's actually draining in watts from the battery. So the next set is the charge that is inside of there, which will require charge is basically one memory, one logic writer, and a second logic writer to read two separate individual things and then output what it requires. It's a little bit of a different setup. So we will pick up our IOs. I will put in two logic writers, 1 and 2. We will drop that away and we'll pick up our memory and we will stick it like so. So now that's done, we will get our trusty labeler. Excuse me. We will call this logic writer 1 battery charge confirm, and we'll call this logic writer 2 battery charge, and the memory will be slightly different, memory battery charge. Confirm, switch off our labeler, put it away and change to our screwdriver. So with this, as I said, it's a little bit different. So our input here first should be the battery ratio. Now I'll find this in our other ones, which is this one here, and as you can see it is moving constantly, as it should be. So we require that for the battery. The output for this will be our LED charge, LED battery charge, and settings. So as soon as I switch that on, I will switch on the screen. There we go. Now as you can see, it's showing up the, was that about 7, 8 after the decimal point, but we're getting to that. So this one here requires our basically our memory, which we have to change that to 1. So our logic writer requires our once we get through memory battery charge. Okay, we then need the LED charge. I've just went past it. LED battery charge, which is the exact same as this one, and with that one we change this to mode. Now upon activating this, you should see the screen change to our percentage sign. There's a couple of different ways of doing it. You can either do it the way I've just done, which is the quick and nasty way, I think, or you can do it a bit of a long way, which is set up a dial which allows you to give some really bizarre outputs, which is a bit fun. But I've done basically this way. I find this is the simplest way of performing this quick, simple task. So the last thing we need to do is our or count. Now for the or count, it's just plain and simple another logic reader and logic writer. So pick up our IOs and we give out one more logic writer that side and our logic reader. Let's throw that away. So for our ore count, what we require is simply, I don't know why that, right, so what we need simply here is our ore count. We need the solid fuel generator, and we need the import quantity, or quantity. That's, yeah, that is the right one. So switch that on. So as you can see, showing 34, which was what was in there, like so. So in the meantime, I'm going to bring out my trusty labeler, and we're going to give this logic reader or tick count, confirm, and the last one, logic writer, confirm of FE. So our logic writer for this is just simply the input as our logic reader, which is our ore type count. Our output will be our LED solid fuel generator ore count, and we will just go with our usual settings. Clicking that on, it should basically, once we switch on this lovely LED, will give us 34, which is what is in there. So at the moment you can basically have this sitting anywhere. I normally have it at a point where it's my exit to the moon for obviously looking out, so you can run past. It's always your last point before going anywhere. So if you run into a room and there's a flashing light, you know there's an issue you have to sort straight away. I find it very handy. So the last thing I need to do now is set up the flashing light, which requires the
hunger caution.
Wow, really interesting. Requires, give me a minute just to sort that out. Give me a muffin. Should sort it. I need to add in some more cabling to add in our compare, our memory, and our logic writer. That will then sort this all out for me. I'll put the muffin away. So what I need is, I'll take a 50. And we'll stick in some 4s. Nice and quick. Nope. There and there. That to the side. What we need is one processor. So we need a compare. Logic compare. And we'll throw this to the side. The logic writer, and throw it to the side, and we need one memory, which I will stick this side. So our memory just needs to be put there at 0. We don't need to touch that at all, which is all good. We will then go to our trusty labeler. We will name this our memory warning light. Confirm. We will rename this our compare warning light, and last but not least our logic writer warning light. Confirm. Switch off and put away. She's a bit dull. Okay, as I said, our warning lights, our memory should be at 0. So our compare, we are looking for our ORTIC reader. So we can take from that one. So we want our ORTIC logic reader ORTIC count, which will give us 34. We set this as equals, and our second input will be the memory. We just need to find it. Memory warning light. Double check, that's the one we want. So we switch this on, and our last but not least, our logic writer. We require input of our compare unit. Let's flick through. Compare warning light, which is the one next to us. Our output will be our actual warning light. So solid fuel generator or warning light, and last but not least, we want that to be on. We switch that on. Obviously nothing will happen at the moment, but what I can do is perform a quick and easy test. Put that away, bring out that, deconstruct, put away. Now the moment I take out, hang on a second, just get a better view, our lovely Coil from here, this screen here should go to 0, and the warning light, which I have sprayed green, should start to flash. There we go. Now the handy thing about this, if you have more than one bit of ore in here, there isn't enough time for it to activate when it drags the next 50 lump or whatever lump of ore you have into the solid state generator. So you don't need to worry about it flashing between stacks. It only does it when it's empty, and as you can see, it takes a bit of time to flick on. So say for example, that's how quick, oh well, it's slightly there, but I'm not quite as quick, as you can see. So in fact what I will do is I will put that back, shoot straight, shoot window, nope, that's wrong. Round, window, there we go. What I'll do is I will go Coil, give me a lump, there we go, superb, there we go. So there's 150 stack there, so what I will do is I will switch this on and let it flick down through. As you can see, 33, 32. So while this is going, I will give a little talk about what I plan for kind of the next steps. The next steps for this version 3 will be a short update that will add in a second battery, and the logic circuits required to add in the second battery to maintain your two LEDs. I will also advise, I'll do it to two batteries first, and then you can obviously update from there. Beyond that, the version 4 will have a counting system for this, your chutes for your Coil. It's something I will need to work on and maybe get a bit of help with. I will also showcase different versions of basic ways of displaying the battery lights, doing it on lights or warning lights or lights that automatically change colour. I'm not entirely sure yet, it's kind of a process for working it. So we're at 18. Let's go down fairly quick. I realise I could have done this slightly better, but I'll let it show. But there's a lot you can still do with this. I've used this setup 3 or 4 times now, and it never seems to throw me any issues with basic control, and I can always see at a quick glance what my batteries are doing and what needs to be updated, what needs to be fixed. So we're almost there. Come on. Show me the magic. I really should have done this as a montage, but hey, what can you do? I might edit this just to this point so that it comes up with what's here. So as you can see, it's only got a couple of ore left to do, and we will see the magic happening with regarding new organ in, and hopefully this warning light not activating. Here we go. Perfect. Exactly what I know it can do, and it just shows you that as long as there's an ore there, that light will not activate until it is properly empty, and you will see that. Now you can spray these lights any colour. Green and blue tend to kind of show up the best from what I found, but you know, it's entirely down to your own preference. I normally colour code my networks, and obviously the warning light goes for the battery and solid state fuel for that coloured network. In this case, because I'm just showing off, I don't need to bother. But that is pretty much it. As you can see, there's not too much logic for it compared to some systems I've seen. It's all fairly simple, all fairly quick and easy to set up. So with that, all I will say is thank you for taking the time to sit and watch Powergrid version 2. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you know when version 3 is ready and released, and I will catch you on